At ChaseWins.com. Wednesday, February the 2nd, 2021. I keep saying 2021, 2022. Back for another free play video. Going to do a recap. Going to try to go through it as quickly as we can. Whoop, cut that off. My bad. Going to go through it as quickly as we can because I'm going to try to give you the month numbers, the week numbers, and I want to tell you what we've done individually over the last 2 days. Real quick, if you're not subscribed, do so. Hit the notification bell. That way you know anytime a video goes up, you can get the free play, cash in on that, and then get anything else, any information that's in the video, whether it's a big play being released, whether it's a promotion or something new that's coming out, whatever, whether you want that particular information that's in the video is kind of irrelevant because you might not want it most of the time, but then something could come out that you do want, that you are interested in, and if you don't know the video is up for 3, 4, 5 hours later, hate for you to miss out on it. So hit the notification bell, subscribe. Thank you for coming back. If you are not a newcomer and you've been following us for any length of time, congrats on another big day yesterday, cashing in the game of the week. We did not have a game of the week last week in college basketball. Came very close, and the two that we were looking at, truth be told, one of them could have been released as one, but there ended up being a little bit of personnel shift within two players. If both of the players that were in question had been announced to be out, because we were actually looking at it on the other side of things, hoping that both of these players weren't going to play in the game, which was going to allow the team that I was favoring to not only have the overall advantage like they did, but it would give them an even bigger scoring advantage, making offense so much easier because they would have had no perimeter defense, and they would have had their best rebounder out, which would have just made it completely lopsided. And being that the odds makers were already basing this line off of that potential, that's why the line was high. I don't think that the line would have been affected enough had both those players been out to make it not worth playing. But one of them did stay out. One of them did stay in. So that brought my rating down to just a top play. We could have released it as a game of the week, but I'm not going to force it if it doesn't make the cut, truthfully. And it did cash, but we didn't have one last week. So a week with no game of the week in college basketball, but we bounced back with a big Tuesday game of the week yesterday. And this was the first game of the week no, I take that back. There's been 2 game of the weeks. No, it's not. We had a game of the month that time. But we had a game of the week involving my North Carolina Tar Heels. They were on the road playing Louisville. No, I did not take the Tar Heels. I could have. They did cover their spread, but we actually took the over in that game. It was just way too low. I mean, it opened up at 142.5. It jumped up to 143 almost immediately. Stayed that way through lunchtime up until 1:30, maybe 2 o'clock at William Hill. Maybe a little later at other books, their line stayed at 143 for probably an additional hour, but we released that game early in the afternoon, just before 1:30, and it was at 143. We took the over. Not long after that, it started to trickle up, and it got as high as William Hill got to 144.5. But other books like Bovada and I don't remember which other one I looked at that was offshore that got up to 146. There were some 145s and a half out there. It didn't matter if you played any of them. You won, and you won easily. Pretty much all the clients I know got it at 143. There were a couple that bought it late that got it at 144. One of my all-access clients reached out last night, and he was actually tied up when the announcement went out that there was a game of the week. So he didn't even know about it until he got out of his meeting probably 3 or 4 hours later, and by that time his book had shot up to right around the 145 range. But we discussed it, and I told him that he could take that 145, back it down from a full 5 units to 4 units, or he could play the 5 units and he could buy it down a little bit and just lay a little bit of extra juice. Told him the reason that I loved it. Louisville's main guy, he's not their top scorer, but he's their second leading scorer, and he's their best rebounder. And truth be told, His rebound numbers as a whole, because he has missed some games, aren't the best in the ACC. I think he ranks like fifth in the ACC, but that's only because he's missed games. He's ended up missing last night. He missed. That was his sixth game that he's missed for the season, fifth in conference play or fourth in conference play, and that has just killed his overall average. Had it not been for that, and he would have come in and just gotten 5, 6 rebounds the games that he missed, he would be probably third overall leading defensive rebounder in the country, and he would be number 2 in the ACC, right behind Armando Bacot, who's the number 3 overall defensive rebounder in all of college basketball. So an easy decision. Even if he was going to play, we would have still played the over. But him not being in just solidified it even more, because Armando Bacot, being the beast of a rebounder that he is, not as great on the road, but that usually is due to other factors and other players, making it to where it causes him some headache. But with him not being out there, knowing that Armando was going to be able to have a field day defensively, and then offensively they were going to get a lot more second chance shots, and that means he was going to be able to go back, lay it in, dunk, kick it back out, whatever, was going to make the 80 points that North Carolina already averages just that much easier. They were going to have a really good shot at getting up close to 100 last night. So at 143, it was just an easy decision. That game blew over the total with plenty of time left in the second half, and then it ended up going to overtime, which made it even easier. I mean, last night there was over 100. There was 173 points scored total. So I mean, it was just an easy win. That follows up our Sunday game of the week in the NFL and the Rams that cashed, last week's game of the week in the NHL that cashed in the second period, not even halfway through the second period, making it 3 game of the week plays in right at the last 7 days that have cashed. Just those 3 plays alone, 15 units of profit. So congrats to everybody there. The next big play we are looking at, we've got a few pinpointed for this week. There's another one in college basketball that we're looking at, but this one I'm hoping is going to be higher towards game of the month or year rated. We've got an NHL play that I'm zoning in on for tomorrow, as well as one going on Saturday. Again, nothing set in stone yet. NBA, there's also 2 games that I'm looking at. One is on Friday, the other one is on Sunday. So who knows? We could end up having, 2 or 3 more big releases before the week is out. And it's already been a fantastic week thus far. So I'm excited for what that could bring. Real quick, giving you last month's numbers. So officially, for the first month of 2022 and the entire month of January, overall, we hit right at 59.9% for the month. Now, this is not including all of the additional free plays that I gave out, on Twitter that cashed, even on video that cashed. I would always give your official free plays every day. And, I would tell you which one's which, but then if I would also tell you to put, some on, a couple of extra big plays or a couple of extra big leans, those are not counted because they were not on the card, or if they were just for the YouTube VIP members. So all of that is not even counting that. If you would have counted those, we would have been closer to 64%, and we would have also picked up about an additional 15 units overall for the month because of how many of them were underdog plays on the money line that cashed outright for big plus money. But overall, right at 59.9%, so right at 60% overall for the month, and we cashed in well over 80% in top plays. We cashed in 6-1 on games of the week, 1-1 on games of the month, but we did great picking up, again, not including those plays. We cashed in 24 units of pure profit for the month. We cashed in 66, 50, and 6. And again, you take those 6 pushes out of there because the reason that you don't count those in the way you do your win-loss record is because it's not like sports where, a tie, you'd say, would be counted as a loss or something like that in some of the sports. Because when the pushes happen, you don't win anything, you don't lose anything. It almost is as if it never happened. So when you remove those, go 66 and 50, 60% plus 24 units for the month. A great, great month, guys. So congratulations to everybody cashing in big to start the month of January, start the year of 2022. So what I'm going to do now is let's check the lines for tonight just to make sure those are the same. All right, everything's the same on there. So I'm going to give you 2 free plays for tonight. Maybe a third too. So that was last week. I keep saying, did I get that confused with them? That was last week's numbers. 66, 50, and 6, 24 units, 60% on the week. The month's numbers, obviously going in, we can break it down by week. I'm not going to break it down by individual sport yet because I'm not going to go over hundreds of games. But 33 and 11 that first week, 75%, 27.3 units picked up. Week 2, not as great, 27 and 20. 57%, but we did pick up over 5 units of pure profit there. We didn't have any big plays that week. Well, no, we did have one. We had one big play that week, but we also had 2 really rough days there. But it is what it is. You got to have bad days sometime. Week 3, that was our only really bad week. We actually dropped 8 units overall, but that was just because of one big play. One game of the month, a 7-unit play that lost. Had it not been for that, it would have probably just been about a wash of a week. But instead, we lost over 7 units just on that one play. So we lost 8 units overall. So it was because of that. It ended up dropping because of one measly bucket. One bucket cost us not just the game, but cost us our winning week. Week 4, obviously we told you 66.50, 60%, 24 units of profit. We cashed in 164 winners for last week, or for last month. And what I was telling you for the top plays last week, going almost 90% on those. We went over 83% on top plays, on daily top plays for the month of January. Games of the week, we absolutely crushed. We split out on the games of the month, but we went 59% overall for the month of January, overall with 49 units of pure profit made, and that's not counting any of those additional plus money free plays, the YouTube members only plays that cashed in a little over 11 units of profit. It's not including any of that. So we could get well into the 60 units of profit. This is just premium plays, daily top plays, and then any games of the month, week, month, or year. That right there, picking up basically 50 units of profit, hitting 60% for the month. That's how you break down and show what a record means. Again, a record means nothing. A winning percentage means nothing unless you have the profit to solidify it. That's all that matters is profit. So one thing that we are going to start doing this week, it will be announced in the next 24 hours or so, is start giving out the option to do an all-access week. So if we know for a fact there's going to be an all-access play or a game of the week or game of the month, something like that, you're going to be able to buy a week pass and have the option to get that included and be an all-access member for 1 7-day period. And then now that NASCAR is starting up this weekend, you will also be getting whatever Patrick's NASCAR card is for that 7-day period. So it's something where you can still do short-term if it's your first time, or if you're still building your bankroll, whatever. And then you can obviously step up to a 30-day and then go 1 year from there. We'll still have the normal 7-day all sports pass. I've decided that for this week, or at least for the next few days through Friday, I'm not going to raise the prices on the standard 3-day, 7-day, and the 30-day passes. Those are going to stay what they were at least for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So go ahead and get to the site, get on one of those if you want. Buy multiple of them. They'll just start one after the other. If you buy 2 7-day passes for $99 a piece, as soon as you make the purchase, one will activate immediately, the other will activate the second the other expires. It'll just go one after the other. Both weeks will come with a pure profit guarantee as always, and you'll be set to go. And then so some of the coupon codes that we had created for the promotion have run out. We've given all of them away. We're sold out of them. There are others that have expired. There are still a couple that we're going to run through the end of the week or until, like NASCAR. We created a bunch of spots for people to be able to get that. I was telling you the wrong price though. I said yesterday on video, or 2 days ago on video, that it was $249 for the full season instead of $1,000. I told you wrong. I don't know why I had that number in my head. Patrick's actually doing it for $199 instead of $1,000. You will make your money back unless you're betting like less than $20 a unit. You'll make your money back in the first official race and then some. You will have turned profit and have the rest of the season, and you'll do it in one Sunday afternoon of racing. So make sure you do that. That's going to run until we either run out of those spots, or because I think there's still like 15 or 16 of those passes left, or until the race begins this weekend at the Coliseum. So whichever happens first, that'll be when that runs out. The price will be $1,000 from there. We were running specials on MLB season. Instead of $2,500, it was $500 to get it early bird. Instead of $5,000 for the All Access Pass, or $7,000 for the All Access Pass, it was only $19.99. The rest of NHL, NCAA basketball, and NBA season passes, you could get all three of them combined for $6.99. So all of these things that we were running, there's still some that are available through the week. Some of them have expired that we weren't running past Monday. Some of them are sold out. We sold out before Monday even hit. So if you still are interested in any of them, reach out on Twitter, DM me. The information's in the description. Tell me, say, hey, this is the package that I'm interested in. And if one is still available, we'll give it to you. Or if not, we'll let you know why it's not available, whether it be expiration or they all sold out. And maybe we can, just tell you what the next best option would be, and then you can make that decision as to whether or not you want to go for it. So make sure you head on over to the site, get on it. Congrats to everyone last night on a big Game of the Week winner. A great week last week. A fantastic January to kick off 2022. Already 50 units strong in the books for the first month, and February has started out even faster. So getting into what we did on Monday, since you haven't had Monday's recap yet, 8-4 overall. We did cash in our top play in the NHL. That right there allowed us to still profit, even though having a not great record in the NHL on Monday. We went 2-1. We should have gone. We went 1-2. We should have gone 2-1, but a goal got called back. It is what it is. You can't do anything about it. We have no control over the game. So we did drop our overplay on the Ducks and the Red Wings with the goal call back that should have been a winner. That's what made it be a 1-2 day. But the one play that we won was a 3-unit daily top play on the Maple Leafs on the puck line minus a goal and a half at $1.30, allowing us to pick up right at 3/4 of a unit. So about $750 of profit just in that for our average all-access client who's betting $1 per unit. So we picked up a little bit there. NBA, we went 2-1. We had the Philadelphia 76ers plus 4.5, which that was a free play that I gave you. If you also watch that video, I told you that same day to take them. It was upwards of plus 200 on the money line. Told you to sprinkle a little bit outright on the money line. Joel Embiid was out, and the thing is, that's why that line was like that. And if you actually looked at the matchup, again, I can't expect other cappers to do this because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know these sports. They don't know these players. They just know numbers that they read and what they can memorize from an ESPN or Yahoo Sports article. But again, that's what actually proved that the line was like that, and that was actually an irrelevant statistic for that game based on the way that the two teams matched up with the players that were playing, and Philly was in the perfect spot for it. So we did take Philly plus 4.5, cash that one in. And if you would have taken them on the money line, you would have cashed in another big play. So you would have picked up, if you would have bet a half unit on it, you would have picked up right at a full unit of profit there. The only thing we dropped was the Atlanta Hawks on the money line, but it was plus $1.05 because they were underdogs. So no juice lost there. And then we won our third and final underdog play of the day on the Oklahoma City Thunder plus 4. They were at minus $1.05. They were outright winners as well. So right out of there, four plays given out, all underdogs in the NBA if you count the additional free play, and 3-1 in those. The 3 winners were all outright winners. So congrats there, picking up another unit of profit in the NBA. And then South Dakota State in NCAA basketball, minus 16. That was the only loss that we took in college basketball on Monday. Then we went on a tear from there. Wyoming plus 2, went outright winner. NC Central plus 4, outright winner. Santa Clara minus 12, winner. San Diego State minus 14, winner. Portland State plus 3.5, another outright winner. That's the third game in a row involving Portland State that we have played and we've taken Portland State each time as an underdog, and they've won outright each time. That's how you know you're the best in the business. Then we get into Tuesday, another big day. Oh, so that makes it for an 8-4 Monday, right? Just over 5.5 units of pure profit, so just right there under 6 units. Then we get into Tuesday. Yesterday, we picked up our 5 units on our game of the week. UNC Louisville over Ohio. Then we get into NCAA basketball premium plays. Ohio University -12, easy winner. Auburn -5, easy winner. Utah State -14.5, blowout winner. And then UNLV on the money line -1.20, another easy winner. The only loss we took in college basketball yesterday was LSU -12. They lost to Ole Miss outright, just on the wrong side of that one. So a 5-1 day when you mix in the game of the week and the rest for 7, right at 8 units of profit. It was 7.9 units of profit to be exact just in college basketball yesterday. Took one play in the NBA, the Heat and the Toronto Raptors, over 210 points. An easy winner there. So another unit picked up, another sweep in the NBA. And then in the NHL yesterday, we did go 1 and 2. We had the Maple Leafs and the Devils over 5.5. That was a winner. Jets Flyers over 5.5. That's the game that I actually really liked that didn't cash. So my apologies there. That was my fluke. Obviously, I didn't pick that one well. So it is what it is. I'm willing to admit when I do something wrong. I'm human. I'm not perfect. Colorado, we took them on the puck line yesterday. And Colorado, the way that their coach did not shift players last night and let his players get so beyond exhausted out there to the point where there was Arizona sometimes skating down ice after taking back possession, 4-on-1, 4-on-2. They allowed Arizona to basically score 4 times at will, and they didn't even try to stop it because they had nothing left in the tank, and he refused to switch players out, to give players a rest, and he cost his team a win, made them take a loss to one of the 3 worst teams in all of hockey over the last 5 years. Arizona's terrible, and Colorado is a potential Stanley Cup contender. That was a bad call on them. It's not on us. We can't control what he does, but it is what it is. We went 7-3 yesterday. Great day with the game of the week winner, picking up right at 8 units of pure profit. So, guys, already we're only 2 days into the month and 2 days into the week. Or, excuse me, we're 2 days into the week. We're 1 day into the month. 1 day into the month, we're already at 8 units of profit. But going off of the week, because that's what you guys care about now, we are already sitting at 13.5 units of profit. So if you think about what we made last week, 24 units of pure profit made last week, we are already over halfway there. We've already surpassed the halfway mark by 1.5 units, and we're only 2 days in. Guys, we could blow through last week's 24 units like it's nothing. So if you're not with us, you're missing out. You hate money, and I suggest you stop sitting on the sidelines and get with us now so you can start making profit day in, day out. 2 underdogs for you. Nuggets +4 tonight in the NBA, and the Sacramento Kings +4.5. Both have the potential to win outright, so maybe sprinkle just a little bit money line wise on both of those. But Nuggets +4, Kings +4.5. Those are your 2 free plays. Head to chasewins.com right now, and I'll see all of you in the winner's circle. Good luck, everybody.